So someone today posted a meme on my Facebook wall that said, "Wear Heelys to escape your feelies." Yeah, Heelys, the shoes that have the wheels in the bottom. Um, these things, every time I see them or someone mentions them, I'm reminded of this story with my best friend. We were at the mall, and he just I got Sbarro pizza that day, and typically I would go to Sbarro or this Japanese place to get some teriyaki, and then I go to Arby's in the mall to get a shake afterwards. That was my normal routine. And he decided, I'm gonna go to Great Steak and Potato. We'll go to Arby's afterwards, get our shakes, and then go. I was like, cool, no problem. So I go to Sbarro. I sit down, have my pizza, I eat the whole thing. He decides to go to Great Steak and Potato to get fries in like this like the largest container you can get, which is like a quart size container. This is not meant for one person, unless you're like 400 pounds. This is meant for like a family of four to like have with their side, with their main dish or whatever, and split. He sits in front of me with ketchup, and he eats this whole thing. Now I finished my pizza about the halfway mark when he's halfway done, and I was like, "You really gonna eat all those fries?" He's like, "Yeah." And I didn't want any because I was already full, so I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna help you, so don't look at me." But he's like, "You can't let a fry be uneaten." This is the same with me when it comes to beer. You can't put a beer in front of me and then be like, "Well, it's not gonna drink itself. I'll drink the beer." Um, for him, I'm gonna eat the fries. So he proceeds to finish off this thing. And it's a quart size container, so that's a lot of food. And he finishes up, and he does a whole like breathe thing, and he's had three of those. And someone once told me, when you're eating a meal and it's getting to be too much food, and you do the you get three of those, and then you're done. He was on third, and that was it. He was done. I was like, "Want to go to Arby's with me?" He was like, I'm going, no problem." So he starts walking. We get halfway to Arby's, and they got those seats and the benches in the mall, like at random places to sit down if it's too far for some people, whatever, or they're just waiting outside their girlfriend's store. And he's like, "Whoa, stop, stop, stop." I was like, "What?" He's like, I gotta sit down." I'm like, "Okay, sit down, sit down." I'm like, "You okay?" He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could do Arby's." I was like, "I want my shake though." He's like, "I don't know, I can't do it." I was like, "Okay." Now, mind you, we're both wearing Heelys at this point. And I was like, "Well, okay, listen. Here's the deal. We can pop our wheels in, and you have two options here. You have one, you could puke in the mall, or you could puke in the parking lot next to my car, and take your pick. What do you want to do?" He's like, he thought about it for a sec. He's like, "Let's just Heely out of this bitch." We pop our wheels in, we run. Now, mind you, it's like nearly 2 blocks because it's a huge mall. It's like nearly 2 blocks because we go down this extremely long lane and then down past the food court, around the food court, past the escalator, past Zoomies, out the door to my car, and we get there, and I'm like, I'm like, "All right, I'm getting ready to drive." Be like, "Do what you gotta do, man. Just do it." He's like, he sits down for a sec, breathes again. Sorry, and he's like, I can't do it." I was like, "What do you mean can't do it?" He's like, "I can't waste fries, dude." I'm like, "Dude, dude, come on. Like, are you gonna hurl or not?" He's like, "No, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good." I'm like, "You're fine." He's like, "If I just sit down, I'm okay." All right, all right. Gets in my car. I'm like, "You're sure you're fine?" He's like, "I'm fine." We start to drive, pull around the mall, go down the lane, and he's like, "Pull over, pull over." Opens the door, gets out, stands there, walks around, breathes heavy a couple times, puts his hands through his hair, and I'm like, "I could sit here all day. Just take as long as you need." He gets back in the car, and he's like, "I think I'm okay. I'm okay." I'm like, "You sure?" He's like, "I'm fine." We start driving home. We're like, we're like 15 minutes from the mall. About the 5 minute mark, he's like, "Tom," like, "Next street. I'm pulling over." He's like, we get to the street. He's like, "No, just go, just go." He makes it all the way home, all the way home. Gets out of the car. I'm like, you okay? He's like, I think I'm gonna be. I think I'm gonna be all right. I'm like, oh, jeez. I'm like, you ever gonna do that? He's like, I'm never doing that again. Worst idea ever. Do not eat an entire great steak and potato fries, the largest quart container by yourself, unless you're really, really a man. And you know what? My best friend, bones to you, bro. You're a man, sir. That's all I got. Bye.